Good morning, children. Let us begin with Standard 4 EVS, Chapter 11, The Valley of Flowers, Part 1. In the hills of Uttaranchal, there is a place where there are flowers everywhere. This place is called the Valley of Flowers. In some places, one sees red flowers blooming on bushes, while in the other one finds white flowers peeping out between the stones. There are wide areas carpeted with the brightest yellow flowers, and suddenly elsewhere, blue flowers shining like tiny stars between the grass. All this seems like a beautiful dream, doesn't it? Yes, because like a dream, these flowers bloom only for a few weeks in the year. This lesson is about flowers and the Valley of Flowers. Where is this Valley of Flowers? It is in Uttaranchal, where you can see different flowers everywhere. So that is why it is called the Valley of Flowers. In some places you can see blooming flowers. In some places there are white flowers, red flowers and yellow flowers. And everywhere you can see flowers even on the rocks, and this place looks very beautiful and we feel like as if we are in a dreamland. And this is because these flowers are only for few weeks in the year when it makes this place very beautiful. These flowers bloom only for a few weeks in a year, and it really, this place looks lovely and beautiful. So there are a few questions. Have you ever seen so many flowers growing together anywhere? Where have you seen? So yes, I have seen many flowers growing in my school garden. Then how many differently colored flowers have you seen? So you can write, I have seen several colored flowers. And which color have you seen? Some are red, pink, yellow, blue, purple, white, orange, and sometimes rarely we see black color flowers also. So flowers are of different types and different colors. Here is a floral design in the box below. The design in the picture is called Madhuban. It is a very old form of folk art. Do you know why it is called Madhubani? There is a district in Bihar called Madhubani. Here, during festivals and happy occasions, the walls of the houses and their courtyards are painted with such pictures. These paintings are made out of paste of powdered rice in which colors has been mixed. The colors used in Madhubani painting are very special too. To make them, indigo, neil, turmeric, haldi, color from flowers and trees, etc. are used. The paintings show human beings, animals, trees, flowers, birds, and many other animals, etc. So now this is a picture of a Madhubani. It is a folk art. Art means something which is very special and used and painted occasionally. So this is a place also called in Bihar, it is called Madhubani, where they make these paintings mostly during happy occasions or during some festivals. They paint their walls as you can see in this picture. This picture compromises of animals, human beings, trees, flowers, and they are of beautiful colors. Colors which we don't use for painting. They make the natural colors with haldi and using different flowers like indigo colored flowers or haldi colored flowers, and they make that color from these flowers and they give the different shades to their paintings, and it looks very beautiful. The world of flowers. Here are some pictures of flowers. Mark a tick on the flowers which you recognize. Write their names too if you know. So now mostly we know all the flowers. So you can put a tick mark, and the names of the different flowers are, the first flower is hibiscus. Hibiscus is also called a shoe flower. Then the second one is rose, then sunflower, then marigold, which we call Rajnigandha, then champa, mogra, tulsi, again mogra or jasmine, also we call it jasmine, and the white rose. So these flowers we all are mostly familiar with, and mostly if we have a garden in our homes, we plant such flowers which give us beautiful smell and which look beautiful. So from the pictures given above and other flowers that you know, give the names of two flowers in which. First one, which grows on trees. Which flowers grow on huge trees? They are gulmohar and kadamb. Second, that grow on bushes. The two name of flowers are rose and hibiscus. The first two flowers which we just wrote are named. It is also, hibiscus is also called shoe flower. Now the flowers that grow on creepers, they are champa and snow white. Then that grow on water plants, that grow in water, are water lily and lotus. That bloom at night, jasmine and night queen, that is we call Rat Rani. That bloom in the day and close at night, they are sunflower and lotus. Sunflower, it blooms in the day when the sun shines, and it closes at the night. Which flowers can you recognize by this scent even with your closed eyes? They are rose and mogra. As soon as you smell them, you know that which flower it is. Which flowers bloom all over the year round? That is periwinkle, which we call barmasi, and even the rose, different types of roses. They bloom all throughout the year. Which flower blooms only in certain months? They are marigold and tulip. This. So why this? Can you see this yellow board? What does it say? It says, do not pluck flowers. So have you ever seen a board like this put up anywhere? So can you think of where have you seen such boards? Sometimes we see in the gardens, correct? And we put such boards even in the school gardens. So why do we put them? So that we can instruct the people when they read, they know that they should not pluck any flowers. So do people pluck flowers even when this board is there? Sometimes no, and sometimes yes. Certain people do not pluck flowers when they see such boards. When we go to huge gardens or botany parks, we see that these boards are placed on every place where there are beautiful flowers, and we see that people follow such rules. Why do you think they do this? So why do people follow such rules when they read such boards in gardens? Because people they like to they would obey such rules when they are placed at places in gardens. So people obey them, and they realize that they should not pluck any flowers. Should they obey such rules? Should they obey this? Yes, so we should obey the rules which are implemented by the owners of the garden, or by the government, or by the municipal. At some places we see that do not spit, so we should not do that because it is written and displayed for the people to obey. What would happen if everybody plucked flowers? Now imagine if there were no flowers and people used to keep on plucking flowers from everywhere. So all the gardens would not look as beautiful as when the flowers are blooming on the plants. So if there were no flowers, the world would not look, the gardens would not look, our surroundings would not look very beautiful. So never pluck flowers. We should always teach our children, and students also should be aware that wherever we go, whether it is a public garden or whether it is a school garden, we need to keep it beautiful and attractive. And never forget to water our plants every day, because even they need water, and the plants look beautiful only when they have beautiful flowers on them. So do not pluck flowers. Let us look closely. Children who can bring flowers may bring one or two flowers to class. Remember that you must collect only fallen flowers. Do not pluck any flower. Make groups of 3 or 4 children and look at one flower carefully. So now let us see one picture of a flower and discuss the few questions which are given to us. So children, can you see this is a rose, and which color is it? Pink. So now we will discuss few questions on this flower. So what is the color of the flower? It was pink. What kind of scent does it have? It has a very sweet smell and a sweet scent. What does it look like? A bell, a bowl, a brush, or anything else? So it is a round bowl type shape of that flower, rose. Do these flowers grow in bunches? No, roses do not grow in bunches. They bloom on a stem and the whole plant is on a stem. So they don't grow together in bunches. Now here we can see another type of a flower. It has 5 petals, and there is a heart in the center of the flower. So let us see if there are few questions based on this flower also. So rose and this flower we will discuss in our questions. So how many petals does it have? So the rose flower has around 20, 30 or 40 petals. So 20 to 40 petals a rose flower has. Are all the petals joined together or separate? In a rose flower, all the petals are separate. They are not joined to each other. Otherwise, the petals, can you see any green leafy structure? How many are there? So there are 3 such structures in a flower. When we saw that white color flower, below that flower there are 3 such structures which are green in color. Inside the petals in the middle of the flower, can you see some thin structures? Write the color. As we just saw the center of the white flower, what was the color in the center? It was yellow in color. So when you touch these, do you find a powdery thing on your hands? So yes, we can feel some powdery thing. When you touch the center of that flower, which is that yellow flower, that white flower and the yellow part in the center, when we touch it, we feel a little powdery in the center. So yes, we can feel it little powdery thing. As we just talk about separate petals and joint petals, you can see 2 types of flowers. In the first flower, the white flower, all the petals are separate. And in that purplish, bluish color flower, you can see that it is whole joined and it has all the petals which are joined. So flowers are of different types. Blooming buds. You must have seen buds on the plants. If there are any flower-bearing plants growing near your school or home, look carefully at their buds. So as in the picture, you can see one flower has bloomed and the other flower, it is a small bud, which we call a small baby flower, we call it is a bud. So what difference do you find between a flower and a bud? From this picture, can you say anything? Correct. The flower which is bloomed, it is bigger in size than the bud. The bud is a very pointed type structure and it is very small and it is close between the green leaves. So what is the difference? We can write a flower is bigger than a bud. A bud is pointed shape and it is smaller in size than that of the flower. Flowers are even eaten. What are the different ways we use flowers in our daily life? Do you know that flowers can be eaten as well? Many flowers are cooked as vegetables. In Uttar Pradesh, Firoza and Nilima enjoy eating a vegetable made from kachnar flowers. In Kerala, Yamini wants her mother to cook her a vegetable made of banana flowers. Mamta and Umar, who are from Maharashtra, love pakoras made of Shahjan flowers. So flowers can be cooked also and they can be eaten. Certain rose petals are also eaten raw. And in many places like Uttar Pradesh, Kerala and Maharashtra, certain flowers are cooked as vegetables and eaten by many people. So they enjoy these flowers when they are cooked. Flowers in medicines. Flowers are used to make many medicines as well. So now flowers, they can be cooked and be eaten as a vegetable, and they can also be used as medicines. So find out the names of any two flowers which are used for making medicines. So we use rose and mogra to make medicines. So now rose water is also used in many houses. It is also used as a medicine and sweet for making lassi or something else. So find out and tell others that how this rose water is made in the houses. So when we find out, we know that rose water is made with the rose petals which fall down from their plants. Those roses, dried roses, they are boiled in hot water, and the rose water is made from it. So this is the way how we make rose water. Colors from flowers. Colors are made from many flowers like marigold, zinnias, etc. These colors can also be used to dye cloth. So now flowers have many uses. First of all, it beautifies the place. Then it is eaten as vegetables. Then flowers are also used as medicines. And flowers are also used to give different colors for painting. As we just read, it is used in Madhubani to give different colors. And they are also used to dye cloth. Dye cloth means to give any color to the cloth. So there are a few questions like find out and write the names of some flowers that are used for making colors. So let us read these questions and also write the answers. Now here at the side we can see Granny's recipe. So let us read this block. You may have heard of some of Granny's old recipes which use flowers. So now here is a recipe for which rose water is used. Now for what rose water is used, that is olden time methods where our grandmothers must be having and using this recipe. So what is this recipe? Mix equal part of rose water and glycerine. Fill this in a bottle. Add a few drops of lemon juice. In winters, use this mixture on your skin. Your skin will not crack or dry. So this is a very useful recipe by Granny. Now we are close towards the winter in December, January. When it is very cold, our skin becomes very dry. So to make it soft and smooth and to keep it away from drying, what can we do? We can take rose water. Now this rose water is what? It is prepared from flowers. So to this rose water we need to add a little glycerin and lemon juice, and then we can mix and use this liquid on our skin so that it can remain smooth and it will not dry and we will feel fresh. Let's answer these questions. The flowers which are used for making colors are rose, hibiscus and marigold. Hibiscus is a shoe fly and marigold is that Rajnigandha. Can you think of a color of which there is no flower? There are no flowers, mostly in grey color, silver or golden. I think so we or even you might have never seen such color flowers anywhere. Write the names of such flowers which are used to make scents. We use rose, jasmine. We use these flowers to make scents, perfumes, which give us very good smell as a spray. So these flowers are used to make scents. So there is one question that we have to make a list of different occasions where flowers are used for each. So sometimes for special occasions we have to use a certain type of flower. So in this block where occasion and festivals are mentioned, we write their festivals, mostly Diwali, Holi. What type of flowers we mostly use? They are marigolds, that are Rajnigandhas. For birthdays, we use rose. We give a bouquet of rose to our whoever's birthday it is. During marriages also we use rose and jasmine for garlands and other purposes for decorations and so on. And in pujas we mostly use marigold and rose, that is Rajnigandha. Mostly those orange type flowers are used in puja, and sometimes even roses are used. So have you ever seen anyone selling flowers anywhere? If there are any flower sellers nearby, ask them these questions and we need to write. What are the different flowers that they sell? Ask them the names of these flowers. They have a variety of flowers. Some are, for example, roses, marigold, jasmines, and sometimes they have lilies also. There are variety of flowers these flower sellers sell. Then, where do they bring these flowers from? They bring these flowers from gardens or sometimes from a wholesale market where they get these flowers a little cheaper. Then, why do people buy flowers? People buy flowers for decoration, sometimes they need for some worship or to give someone during birthdays, as we just written that flowers are used for different occasions. That is why people buy different flowers. Now, in what forms do flower sellers sell their flowers? Look at these pictures and tick against those forms that you have seen. So, mostly we have seen these forms. The first one is a flower strands, those string of flowers that we use for decoration in our houses. Those are called the flower strands. Then flower pots. They sell flower pots. We use and bring these pots to beautify our houses or gardens. Then in loose petals. Loose petals we use sometimes during birthdays or any other puja festivals if we have in our house. Then garlands. Garlands we use also in pujas, orange color garlands, or sometimes rose and jasmine garlands are used in marriages. Then loose flowers like of marigold and rose, loose petals are used for rangolis. We mostly use them in our school also when we have a rangoli competition. So they are used in rangolis. And the last picture is a bouquet. When we need to give someone during a birthday or a wedding or any happy occasion, we bring a bouquet of flowers where all together some certain beautiful flowers are put in a bunch and tied together, and it is called a bouquet. So these are the different ways of forms of flowers that we use in decoration, festivals and occasions. Have you seen a flower used in any other form? So yes, sellers sell flowers in the form of gajra. Now what is this gajra? This gajra is used to beautify the hair when we have certain, and these gajras are mostly used in Maharashtra and Kerala when there are happy occasions in our house. And normally also women, they put gajra on their hair to beautify them. And the smell, gajra, they use mogra flowers, and the smell of these flowers is very nice and it is really very beautiful. So it beautifies the hair of the woman. So dear children, I hope you have understood this lesson of Valley of Flowers. So the homework for this part is that you need to complete the textual exercises, write them neatly in your textbook, and in your second part the question and answers will be discussed. So thank you and have a very nice day.